You want to know all the productivity secrets that all those super moms don't want you to know? We're going to dive into the 5 tips that I'm going to share with you today that only the super moms know. So here we go. We're going to unpack these 5 hacks. Come on in, get comfy, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Number 1 is that they're okay with saying no. Yes, you heard that right. They prioritize themselves over really anything else. And what I mean by this is that they prioritize themselves first, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, because at the end of the day, we know that it takes supermom to be able to be fueled up first before you can give to anyone else. So it's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes to every single opportunity, every single event. Be okay with saying no. And actually, the more that you say no to, the less stress you're going to feel. You're not going to overcommit. You're going to get to say no to different activities that you probably didn't want to go to in the first place, or tasks that don't align with your priorities. And look, at the end of the day, self-care and taking care of yourself first is not selfish. It is sacred, and it's something that you need to do to recharge your own batteries, to stay productive, and be able to run everything else. The home, work, your own self-care, your own health, and all the other millions of things that we have going on as busy mamas. If you're a mompreneur, if you're home with the kids, it doesn't matter. We have all got to be okay, and more than okay, with saying no. So I hope you take this opportunity to look at your calendar, like actually pull out your calendar and look at the things that you have on there that you just want to say no to. And by the way, you can still be polite when you say no to these things. It's just a matter of looking at what your priorities are, and do they align with your goals, your family. There's plenty of times that I've said no to travel, to opportunities, to birthday parties, because it just didn't align with what myself or my family wanted to do, especially in very busy seasons. So again, know that it is okay to say no. Look at the calendar, pull it out, and go through and look at the things that you actually want to do and prioritize those first. Secret number 2 is they delegate like a pro, and so should you. So think about what you have on your plate. This could be anything from meals to groceries to dry cleaning to whatever you have going on in your business. You have got to know what you can delegate or take off of your plate. So at the end of the day, it's really easy to say, I'll just do everything myself. But again, that's how we get overwhelmed. So delegate tasks if you can to family members, outsource when possible. It's really important, especially as a working mom, that you are supported, that you can have people on your team, in your family, neighbors, community that you can rely on. So I want you to really start building that tribe and know that you should be delegating. I actually did an entire episode on some of the top things that I delegate both personally and professionally. You should definitely check out that video, because in the beginning, I didn't want to delegate anything. I thought, only I can do it this way, or only I can do it the best. A, that's not true. And B, I stick to my wheelhouse. I focus on my money-making activities. I also have an entire free training on this. So if you go to sandraglandt.com/big money, I walk you through exactly how to focus on your big money moves so you can delegate, outsource, or delete anything else that's on your plate that is sucking up time. It's really, really important that you identify these things, because if not, you're never going to feel like you can get ahead. You're always going to feel like you're overwhelmed or drowning, and that you just can't keep up. And my goal is to help you be more productive, effective, and efficient with your time, so you love what you do. I love working with my clients. I love that I get to take my boys to soccer, cook dinner. If you're watching me on Instagram, you see me cooking now like 3-4 times a week for my family. It's one of the goals that I had, because for me, number one, it's not something that I grew up doing. I really wanted my husband and my kids to come home to a home that smelled like a home cooked meal. And I know that might sound like really just something so small, but for me, it was a big deal. For me, I really wanted my husband to come home to a warm home cooked meal, for my home to smell just like of all the different flavors. And I had to look at what I was doing and figure out what I could delegate and be firm in where I was also showing up. If I had a hard deadline, I would say I need to be off this call by 3:00, or I need to be off this call by whatever time I needed to be, so I could end my day and then transition over into home mode, into mom mode, right? And then like pick up Jake from school, start the dinner. There's plenty of times during the week where I'm actually prepping my meals like ahead of time, like before it's actually even dinner time, whether it's like marinating or just chopping up or like measuring out spices, because I know it's going to save me time when I actually need to cook dinner. So number 2, delegate like a pro. This is going to save you so much time. And I also want you to think of something very unique and different. I have actually never talked about this before, but we all have our goals list. We all have our to-do list. I want you to think about your anti-to-do list. This is a completely new concept. Again, the exact opposite of a to-do list. And what your anti-to-do list is instead of listing all the things that you need to do, you are actually going to write down all the things that you refuse to do, you don't want to do, or you should be delegating. And what this is going to do for you is give you a really good idea of the places that you want to show up and the things that you want to do. And then you can find ways to outsource, delegate, or delete the rest. This is a very powerful tool. Again, to-do lists can be very overwhelming, but an anti-to-do list allows you to show up in the places that are important to you. And you can acknowledge that because you're actually writing out all of the things and the places that you don't want to do. And then you're going to figure out another way on how those things are going to get done, or just get rid of them if you can. So that is our number 2. The third secret that the super mamas don't want you to know is that they embrace technology. They utilize productivity apps and their Google calendars and all the different tools to streamline tasks and stay organized. Organization is probably one of the top kind of like New Year's goals or New Year's resolutions that people say that they want to do, on top of saving money or making more money. Staying organized is one of the top 5 resolutions that people set for themselves. So if that is on your list, I really want you to start embracing more technology. What apps can you tap into? How can you use this to your advantage to actually save you more time? One of the things that I have done for years, and I've talked about this many times throughout my coaching or even here on our channel, is I use on my phone the Instacart app or Amazon, which like obviously I can order anything, but specifically like if I need to order from Whole Foods, I can do that on there. So it's really important that you embrace this technology in the best way and in the most effective and efficient ways as possible, because there's so much literally right at our fingertips. Like you can get anything sent to your door pretty much within 24 hours. And by utilizing this technology in your business, in your home, there are so many things. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do an entire episode on like all the different apps that I use and how I use these to be really effective and efficient in my business and at home. But it's important that you streamline these tasks and allow this to help you stay organized. So look around. Maybe you need to be more organized, like in your office or in the bedroom or in the laundry room. There are different apps that you can use. I mean, I use different apps on my phone to track how much water I'm drinking. You guys know I have my Aura ring that I wear that tracks my sleep. So this is all technology. Everything, as you know, is technology today. And it's a blessing and a curse. But if you use it to your advantage and you use it in a really smart, strategic way, you will find that you'll save yourself so much time. You're going to have more hours in the day. You're going to be able to just really stretch that time that you're working or with your kids or cooking dinner. I'm going to get to that one in a minute, but it's really important to really embrace this technology and know what apps and technologies are available to you. Secret number 4 that the so-called super mamas don't want you to know is that they seek mentorship. They seek mentorship and guidance outside of work, outside of the home, because guess what? those things can be very overwhelming. If you're at home with the kids all day long, that can be exhausting. If you're in an office all day long, that can also be exhausting. So engaging with mentors or coaches and support networks that are outside of your typical work environment or home environment are going to be really powerful for you. You are going to make, and I have done this myself, I also run my High Performance Accelerator Academy where women come in and they network with each other, they support each other, they show up for each other, they promote and they work for and with each other. So it's an amazing group where you can find other like-minded high performers that are moms that are going after really big, juicy goals. And you can find those like-minded people because it's hard to find people like that just in a work environment, right? If someone's just coming in to clock in and clock out and then go run home and that's it, that's where the inspiration, that's where the goals end. That is difficult for a high achiever to just only have that. So what I highly recommend is that you get around or you hire a coach. You hire a mentor that can allow you to think bigger than you would on your own. And most of us are not capable of thinking that big on our own. We need to get around someone who can think bigger, give us different ideas. We only know what we know, right? Like our world is only as big as the experiences that we've had and the thoughts that we tell ourselves. So we've got to get around other people that can push us to think bigger. And it's not about doing more. It's about being more strategic, right? I say it all the time, working smarter, not harder. So how do you align yourself to work smarter and be more strategic with the right mentors and coaches and support systems in your day-to-day life? And right now, I want to invite you into the High Performance Accelerator Academy. If you haven't joined us yet, I am offering a special just until January 1st for you to come in and join us inside the Academy. If you go to sandraglandt.com/HPAA special, you are going to get an insane promo on this Academy. And by the way, the ladies that are in here are crushing their businesses. They are going literally from one level to the next. Every single call that we have, it's strategic. They're talking about their goals. They're really, really just surrounding themselves with other high performers who refuse to settle, who want it all. The business, the body, the relationships, all of the things, right, that I talk about here. And it's important that you surround yourself with other people who are these super high achievers if that's what you want. If you're someone else who also wants to continue to achieve and go after what you want, because it's hard to be around other people who don't want that and don't want to go after it when you do. So I encourage you and welcome you into the High Performance Accelerator Academy. Again, head over right now, go check it out, sandraglandt.com/academy. Actually, if you do HPAA special, you're going to get a special promo before the year is over. So you can get on the right track, join us, and tap into your high performance for 2024. Okay, our fifth secret of the so-called super mamas, what they don't want you to know is that, and I've already hinted on this already, they work smarter, not harder. And I have shared so many of the different gadgets and tools and hacks in my Instagram, here on YouTube and the podcast, both for work and home. And some of these examples are my slow cooker that I use. I can literally start to make dinner earlier in the day, set that thing on 6 hours, and by dinner time at 6 o'clock, boom, the house smells amazing and dinner is ready to go on the table. I use a standing desk for when I work out and I walk and I can work. My air fryer. I literally have everything linked in a file that's called Super Mom Must-Haves. So for all the super mamas out there, all of these tools and gadgets, I have them both for me, like home workouts and my self-care, like digestion pills that help with, if you work out all day long and then you have a little bit of bloat and you're like, why am I bloating right now? I work out so hard to not have this. There's just like little hacks and tools and gadgets that I have in this folder that have completely changed my life and optimized my life, both at home and in business. Some of the business tools that I use, like little things like microphones that will enhance your audio and your videos, cameras. I mean, literally there's everything in there, from self-care to business to personal to family to kitchen. It's all in there. And I put it there because these are products I have actually bought and use pretty much on a weekly, if not daily basis. So I share what works for me. I share what I love and I absolutely can't live without. So these products, I'm going to link them below. I'm going to link them down in the description, both on YouTube and the podcast, wherever you're watching this. And I want you to go check these out, because even if you just got one of these things, your life would immediately get an upgrade. It could be the Epsom salts, right? Like, give yourself a 20-minute little Epsom salt bath and detox for 20 minutes, right? It could be a one little microphone. I actually have it right here next to my desk. A little microphone that you use, that you plug on when you make your content, and boom, now your audio sounds better. It could be the walking desk. It could be the Oura Ring. I mean, there's so many things that I've accumulated that and actually, I'm going to give you guys a bonus tip, because again, the things that I'm sharing with you right now, these are both for home, personally, professionally. All of these little gadgets and tools that I'm sharing with you will help you with this upgrade. But one of the things that I'm doing for right now, so before the holidays, before Christmas, right now during Hanukkah, and but going into the new year, is I'm actually trying to purchase less. And I love this minimalistic idea of let me use what I have, because there's so many things that I buy, whether it's like coffees or I don't know, it could just be things that I accumulate, like hair growth pills or supplements or this or that, where I'm I never end up using the thing that I have. So I have 5 different products for hair growth, or for biotin, or I don't know, just random things that accumulate. So my goal is that I am using up all of the things and actually realizing what I have, because I'll buy something, I'll use it, I'll kind of just put it to the side if I don't love it. But then I'm oh, wow, I forgot that I had that. So part of my New Year's resolution is, I don't think I'm going to go as extreme as calling myself a minimalist, but I am really excited about just using all of the things that I already have. And I think it's really cool for all of us to find those staple items that we love, that we can go back to and use over and over and over again. And those are the gadgets, those are the tools that I have in that folder, in that Super Mom folder that I'm going to share with you, because those are my absolutes. Those are my go-tos, my ride or dies. I'm using them every day. There's no fluff in there. It's all the stuff I absolutely love. So I'm sharing those with you because part of, like I said, my New Year's resolution is that I'm really using the things that I have, the tools, the things that allow me to optimize my life, and not go in excess of the things that I don't need. So I'm sharing these tools with you because I absolutely love them. They've changed my life and they make it so much easier, more strategic, and save me time, money, lots of energy. So I hope that these tools have allowed you to tap into your high performance. They allow you to work smarter, not harder. And these are, the secrets that the so-called super mamas, they don't want you to know, but they change lives. These tools, these gadgets, these hacks have changed my life, my family's life. I hope that you implement. I hope that you dive in and find 1 or 2 things that work for you. Make sure to subscribe. That is my only ask of you, is that you subscribe or share this with another working mama who could benefit from this episode, because sharing's caring and we are all in this together. You know what time it is. Go out and slay your day.